What it do? DC crew. Draco back in the building once again. And we are going to be talking about my top 12 singers of all time and a bonus one at the end. All right, here we go. Number 12, Jon B. Man, when he first came out on a song called Someone to Love with Babyface, he really did some shit. I didn't know he was white until I saw the video. When he did the song with Tupac, Are You Still Down, he was a made man in my book. So, hey. Number 11, Al B. Sure. My mom was a huge fan of this man. For one, the way he looked. Two, the man could sing. As I got older, I became a fan of his music. He was cool with Diddy and all this, and it was like after the 80s, he kind of just fell off. You know what I'm saying? He really didn't do a whole lot, but it is what it is. Number 10, Christopher Williams. Just like Al B. Sure, my mom was a huge fan of this man. He was another light-skinned, pretty man, no homo, but he could sing his ass off. Again, as I got older, I became a fan of his music. People used to get Al B. Sure and Chris Williams mixed because, think about it, two light-skinned dudes, same type of look, same haircut, both sing R&B. Yeah, people used to get them two mixed up all the time back in the day. But yeah. Number 9, Angela Winbush. I've heard of her from my mother. She was in a group called Renee and Angela. Hey, she had some bangers back in the day. Not to mention, she fine as hell. Cause hey, you look at some of them old pictures of Angela Winbush, man. Angela Winbush, man, she was straight, bro. I ain't gonna lie, she could get it. I need to see what she look like now. But I know back in the 80s and the early 90s, boy, she was something else, man. And she could blow. She could sing her ass off. You feel me? So, yeah, man. Y'all look her up. Look her up, yo. Number 8, James Brown. Oh, man. Now, look. Before y'all start talking shit, I know you can't halfway understand shit James Brown be saying, but let's keep it a buck. The shit you could understand, that shit was lit. James Brown, the original Michael Jackson. If James Brown was Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson was Kobe Bryant. Perfect analogy. If it wasn't for James Brown, it wouldn't have been a Michael Jackson. James will have you hype as fuck. The way that nigga be singing and the music be all fast and shit, you be like, man, look at him. He was born to sing in church. But then he went to R&B and funk, and he brought the church to the clubs and the streets. James Brown showed every singer, every rapper, everyone how to do it. All right. Number 7, Aaron Hall. He started out with the group called Guy with Teddy Riley and his brother Damian Hall. Now, dude is a weird guy, but can sing his ass off. R. Kelly stole his whole style. You see R. Kelly's style and his songs, that was Aaron Hall's style in the 80s and early 90s. So R. Kelly took what Aaron Hall did took his whole fucking swag, took all his style of music, all that shit, and made it his own. And it is what it is. Number 6, George Michael. I call him the white Michael Jackson. Why? Because in the late 80s, early 90s, he was the white people's version of Michael Jackson. He was huge. I love this music. Look, I don't care what a motherfucker's sexual preference is. If you make great music, hey, I listen to it. I don't care. Because let's be real. All us brothers knew. We knew George Michael was gay. Come on, man. We all knew he was gay. If you watch them old Wham videos, the group he started with, watch that Wake Me Up Before You Go video, and you tell me that brother wasn't gay back then. That's all I got to say about it. When they changed his look for the Faith album, he was looking like a 90s male model, and women went crazy for him. Yes, they did. They went nuts for this dude. Alright, number 5. Now, I know a lot of people probably had these 2 women higher on the list, but I didn't know where to put them, to be honest. So, Whitney Houston / Mariah Carey. I put both at number 5 because both got killer voices and I couldn't pick between the 2. Whitney was the 80s. Mariah was that in the 90s and 2000s. So, man, I grew up listening to Whitney in the 80s. And then when Mariah came out, 90, 91, with that Vision of Love song, man, look at him. It's like she took what Whitney left off and just took that shit to a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? Just being real. Alright, number 4. Number 4 is Luther Vandross. Talking about singing a bitch drawers off. I heard Luther as a child in the 80s, and I wanted to fall in love with a bitch. I don't know who, but Luther got me wanting to fall in love. I ain't lying. He was that dude now. Luther can sing a phone book, and you be like, God dang, man. This dude is the truth. I mean, this man was saying, man, that's all I can say is man. Number 3, Prince. My uncle hit me with Prince when I was a kid. My whole family was Prince fans. He made great music. I can't lie, the man made great music. I don't care if he did wear high heels with his ass cheeks hanging out. Hey, Prince was the only dude that could pull that shit off. Prince was the only guy that can pull that shit off, and we still label him as straight. You know what I'm saying? Cause can you imagine the pussy Prince got back in the day? Good God. I watched Purple Rain so many times, it's crazy. We actually went and saw Purple Rain back in '84 at the theater. Out of every singer I've ever seen, Prince has the most swag and coolness. Alright. Now we down to the top 2. Now these are singers now. The top 12 singers. I ain't talking about who the greatest of all time is. And all this here. So, top 2. Number 2. In my opinion, he's the greatest of all time. He's the GOAT. He's probably the greatest entertainer ever. Michael Jackson. Now I know a lot of people gonna say, "Oh, why? Who? If he number 2, who you got as number 1?" I'll tell you in just a minute. I will tell y'all in just a hot minute. But we gotta talk about Mike real quick. So, look at him. Man, a child prodigy. The biggest star ever. Every time I listen to Michael Jackson, I feel good because it takes me back to my childhood in the 80s, where he was the shit. To me, as far as entertainment, Michael Jackson is the GOAT. He ain't even close. Michael Jackson is the GOAT, man. So, hey. Now, my number 1 singer of all time, Johnny Gill. Johnny Gill, my favorite pure singer of all time. To me, when he was in New Edition, his voice stood out so much because his voice was so mature. Even though Ralph Tresvant was the lead singer, Johnny was the best singer. And when he went solo, it was a wrap. Now, for my bonus one. Now, my dad was a huge fan of this man. I guess he, grew up on him or whatever. This man is the reason why it's a whole lot of kids that was born in the 70s and the 80s. Talking about Barry White. Hey man, let's keep it a buck. On this song right here, Never Ever Gonna Give You Up. That song there. Y'all can't tell me that brother didn't sound like he getting the best blowjob ever. At the beginning of that song. This nigga start out, yeah, keep doing it. We got it together. Hey man, that nigga sound like he getting the best blowjob of all time. Or he just bust a huge nut on the bit. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of that song. But the song, it's a great song. I love his music. I love a lot of his songs. But that song, that's my favorite one right there. But the main reason why it's my favorite because of that beginning, boy. That motherfucker be sounding like he just bust a fat one, boy. But yeah, man. Yeah. That's my bonus, man. My dad loved Barry White. My mom loved Barry White. Because that was their generation. He was their generation. They grew up on Barry White. I didn't really get into Barry White until like the 90s when he kind of made that comeback with Practice What You Preach. That song. That's when my generation kind of got into Barry White. Man, to have a voice that deep. Jesus. Crazy, man. Crazy.
I really appreciate you joining me today. Thanks for watching. Peace.